The whole world is buzzing with one question. Did Lionel Messi really deserve that Ballon d'Or? Well, Messi fans are cheering, but let's break it all down. Stick with us, cause today we're diving into the nitty-gritty of why Messi absolutely deserved the Ballon d'Or. Let's get into it. Alright, I know what you might be thinking. It's true. We can't ignore the elephant in the room, the World Cup. It's like the ultimate dream for any footballer, winning it with your national team. Now, we all know how nerve-wracking that tournament can be, right? Messi didn't just win it, he did it in the most epic fashion. Picture this. He starts with an ache in his heart and the weight of a nation's hopes on his shoulders. He'd already tasted defeat in a final, so he knew just how brutal the competition could get. But then, bam, he loses the first game. With every game, the stakes get higher, the pressure builds, and the nation holds its breath. Yet, our man Messi led Argentina to victory like a true captain, scoring in almost every round and winning man of the match 5 times in 7 games. And that's not all. He walked away with the golden ball and silver boots. But wait, there's more to this story. You see, the Ballon d'Or, this award is like the holy grail of football recognition, and there's a good reason for it. I mean, it's been around since way back in 1956, before all the fancy stuff like color TV and video games like FIFA. Can you believe it? That's like prehistoric football times. But that's not all. The real magic lies in how much players care about it. I'm talking club campaigns, superstar tantrums, and the pure joy of being a favorite. Cristiano Ronaldo, a 5-time winner, still wants more, and when it got canceled last year because of the pandemic, the football world practically had a meltdown. Imagine the drama. And let's not forget the priceless moment when Robert Lewandowski discovered he was among the top contenders. His excitement was like a kid hearing reindeer on the roof. So if that's how players feel about it, you know it's a big deal. Now let's talk about how the Ballon d'Or isn't just an award. It's a conversation starter, a topic that fuels endless debates, whether on social media or in your favorite neighborhood bar. It's like the universal language of football enthusiasts, akin to chatting about the weather when you're running out of small talk. So here's the juicy part. Lionel Messi, the maestro from Paris Saint-Germain, snatching his 7th Ballon d'Or and leaving the likes of Lewandowski and Jorginho behind, created a seismic wave of excitement in the football universe. Especially since, for the longest time, it was either Messi or his arch-nemesis Ronaldo claiming the throne. They had 11 out of the last 12 between them. But this year, oh boy, it seemed like someone else might break the duopoly. Now it's basically a grand global popularity contest, a water cooler moment in the world of sports. It's that sweet thread that ties football lovers from every corner of the planet together, offering a shared experience that doesn't involve spike proteins or global crises. But here's the kicker. Don't confuse it with something it's not. The Ballon d'Or isn't your typical MVP award from American sports. Nah, it's more like college football's Heisman Trophy, with a twist or two. Think about it. It often goes to those dazzling players in glamour positions, strutting their stuff for the big schools with massive fan bases, and often they're shining on the grandest stages of all in those big bowl games. In fact, the magic of the Ballon d'Or doesn't just come from the players' skills on the pitch, but also from the unique jury system. France Football, the magazine that bestows this prestigious award, casts its net wide by involving 180 journalists from 180 different countries. But hey, why not all 211 FIFA member nations? That's a Ballon d'Or mystery for you. Now, here's where the plot thickens. These journalists vary in their level of engagement with the sport. Some are like your MVP or Heisman voters, deeply embedded in the world of football, watching matches, analyzing tactics, and living and breathing the game. Yet many are not, simply because they are scattered across the globe, and for most news organizations, covering top-tier football in person can be quite the financial stretch. So who gets the upper hand in this popularity showdown? It's like a game of advantages. Players from well-known teams, those who hoist high-profile trophies, the forwards and attacking midfielders who frequently grace our highlight reels, and those with savvy social media and PR squads are often in the spotlight. You know how in Major League Baseball, both the AL and NL MVPs this year, Shohei Ohtani and Bryce Harper, didn't make the playoffs? Well, in football, the odds of something similar happening are as slim as Lil Nas X revealing he's in fact Q. It's a whole different ballgame. And like we said before, the Ballon d'Or isn't just about the player's stardom, it's also about the unique criteria that shape the game. The United States representative on the jury, Paul Kennedy, shared 3 guiding principles that dictate who takes home the crown. Individual and team performance in the 2021 calendar year? Well, that's from January 1st to October 24th. Talent and sportsmanship of the player and the player's overall career. Now, there's a little twist in this tale. Although it says calendar year, all the votes had to be in by October 24th, so it's more like just under 10 months. But that's one of the quirks that makes the Ballon d'Or so charming, right? Now, the individual performance part is pretty standard for awards like this. Based solely on that, looking at the top 3, you'd likely favor Lewandowski, who scored a whopping 45 goals in 35 games for Bayern in that time frame, and even shattered a single-season Bundesliga scoring record that had stood for nearly half a century. Messi with 31 and 36, and Jorginho, who had fewer goals, but hey, he's not a forward. He would follow too. But here's the thing. Once you throw in the team performance factor, it's like a plot twist in a blockbuster movie. Suddenly, players from strong national teams get an edge, and that's when the whole game takes a different turn. The top 3 contenders all have a trophy or 2 under their belts. Messi with the Copa del Rey and Copa America, Lewandowski with the Bundesliga, and Jorginho with the Champions League and Euros. And let's not forget Messi and Jorginho's national team victories, which should be a feather in their caps. But here's where it gets really wacky. Talent and sportsmanship. Sure, we can all appreciate sportsmanship, and the top 3 are no soccer villains by any stretch, but talent? Really, it's like trying to measure the immeasurable. This criterion suggests that what you're born with holds more weight than what you do with it. It's like saying defenders and midfielders don't stand a chance, which doesn't quite add up. And if you're in the Messi-Ronaldo era and your name isn't Messi or Ronaldo, well, let's just say you might want to sit this category out. Lewandowski, a goal-scoring maestro with 453 top-flight goals, is left wondering how on earth he's supposed to catch up with Messi, who's netted nearly 50% more and has an impressive 4 Champions League titles. Not to mention 6 Ballons d'Or already in his cabinet, but maybe that's not the point of the Ballon d'Or. It's not meant to be a scientific exercise with criteria that seem, well, a bit silly and perhaps often disregarded. The voters range from experts with years of experience to folks thousands of miles away, seeing these players on a screen. What it truly signifies is a celebration of the elite in the beautiful game. The players we all admire, the stars who dazzle us, and those who do what most of us can only dream of. So if you take it that way, debates about whether Lewandowski, Jorginho, Benzema, or Ronaldo deserved it more than Messi have become a little less hair-pulling. I can clearly put it down. Messi deserved it and he got it. Now what do you think? Do drop your views in the comment section below, and we'll meet again in the next episode. Until then, see ya!